Good morning everyone, welcome back to host-tune-perform.com. So today we will discuss about data correlation, and as you can see my screen, I have divided this topic into 3 chapters. Frankly speaking, this is one of the most important and complex scenario of JMeter, and you actually need to understand its requirements and its usage. So let's discuss about what is data correlation. So one thing, before you know what exactly is data correlation, you need to know that it basically applies to 2 kind of different scenarios. One is session related scenario and second is unique identifiers. So at first we will be talking about session related scenario, and try to keep up your focus in understanding what exactly is data correlation and why it is required. So to understand the session related scenario, first you need to know that HTTP is a stateless protocol. So what does this mean, that HTTP is a stateless protocol? I'm just opening up my browser and I'm randomly hitting up any request. So this is a request which goes on from my client machine to the Google server. So when we say that HTTP is a stateless protocol, it means that the Google server does not know from where this request is coming. So in the similar way, there will be 10 other people who will be sending the same request, which will be like this. So Google does not know from where all these requests are coming. So what exactly is stateless protocol? It means that it is a protocol which does not carry the state or the identity of the request, which further means that it does not know from where it is coming. Then I again go back and type in, which is this. Now this is my home page. Now when we say that our user does not identify from where the request is coming, so how should we make our users identify from where the requests are coming? Here comes in the next picture, which is sessions. So what exactly happens is, whenever there is a home page, whenever you hit the server and loads the home page before logging in, then there is a user session which is sent as a response, and this user session is sent in all the subsequent requests. Just to understand this further, what I am doing is, instead of typing google.com, I have replaced all of them with my server URL, and I have opened the network stats of all the pages which we are getting in, and in all the pages I am just going and loading up the home page, right? So I have opened up the home page. So I know, you need to understand this. I know that the user session is coming into this request. How will you know that the user session was in all these requests was in this request? So we will understand this in next chapter while we do the practical scenario. Today just focus on understanding what exactly is data correlation and why it is required. So as of now we have discussed that it is required in one place, where we need to understand the user session. And why user session is required? User session is required because HTTP is a stateless protocol and server needs to know from where the request is coming. Now what I have done is I have opened these requests in 4 different tabs, and if I go to the response of this particular request, I see that I get a user ID, user session ID over here. You can see that this is the user session ID and its value is 128688 and it ends with TQVF. Now let's see the second ID. Again I go over here, I just move down to the response. So we are moving to the response, then I go again down. It is again 1 2. I will just copy it, I will paste it. Similarly, I will copy this and I will paste this. So this we get these values as a response, and you need to understand we are getting the user session value before we log in. So as soon as we connect to the server on the home page, we are getting this value. So till the time the server sends us the home page, it does not know from where the request is coming, but after we log in, it starts knowing from where the request is coming. How? Because of this user session. So we will understand this again. I'm just copying it. I have copied 3 of them. Let's not copy all of them. I have copied 3 of them. I'm pasting it over here. So if you see over here, till here the request is same, number is same, but there is a difference in all the 3. It has a different number, it has a different number, and it has a different number. So this is actually the unique user session which has been sent by the server as a response to this request. And if you see over here, this is hidden. Like, it means that this will not be shown on the front end on the browser because this is hidden request. Now what will I do is, I will just go over here and I will test the username. I will clear this up and I will press login. So this is my login request. So it says that the user session has bad value. Why the user session has bad value? Because we have already waited for so much time, right? So how we can like cover it? I will just go again and I will just go to the response. I will copy the user session quickly so that it does not, the server checks these values. When you send the request, the server checks these values. We'll go over here and I will paste it. Now again I will come to the screen. I will say login. So you see over here that this is my login this request, and I click on parameters. So parameters are actually, this is a type of post method. So these parameters will be sent as a body. So if you see over here, these parameters are there and it contains the user session. In the similar way, our login request over here had the parameters which had the user session. You can see over here, right? Now we will go ahead and compare this user session with the last user sessions which we had. So this was the last user session, which was 7185905. This is also 718590522ZZ FFFHHF FFFHH. So what exactly happened was, when there was the first request which went to the server did not know from where it was coming. So it like sent a special token, you can say this as a token, which was user session and which came up as a like text in response body, which like it was hidden in this case. And now we see that this is the session which is going into the next request. So here, like if you see over here, we are like not, this is already disabled and I am just running up the test. So when I run up the test and I see the view result tree, it says that you have reached this page incorrectly because you are using a bad server value and I am not able to log in. So again, this is not giving me a red sign because I have not put upon any assertions over here. So we have already discussed about like the importance of assertions. So what is the need of data correlation and what exactly it is? So data correlation is a concept in which we fetch value from the response. So we got in previous request, we got the response, and in response we got this value. So data correlation is we will fetch the value from the response body which will be used in the next request. It may be used as a parameter, it may be used as a header value, or it may go inside some body. So it depends how you are using. But now we will discuss about another scenario which is unique identifiers. So now what is unique identifiers, and like what exactly you can understand this another way, like we are discussing about where at what all places data correlation is required. So understand a scenario in which like we have to test a shopping cart in like such as amazon.com. So I will just go to amazon.com. So we are just going to amazon.com, and here I am just typing in camera and hitting up enter. So now what we have done is like we went to amazon.com, we searched for camera and we hit up enter. So we see that this is the first product which came in, but as this is a online shopping cart, so they keep on changing up their data, and you have a scenario for test which says that you need to go to Amazon, you need to go to this search button, you need to enter camera, hit enter camera, and you need to pick up the first product. So how will you know that what the first product is? How will you make sure you are adding the first product? How will you verify in the subsequent request that you are picking up the right request, right product? So what exactly you will do? You will just go to Amazon, you will put on camera, hit enter, then you will fetch the value from the response, the first camera value from the response, and then using those values you will like send it in the subsequent request saying that yes, this was the first product which we have. So what exactly we are doing? We are making our test dynamic. So just try to understand why it, like what is data correlation and why it is required. So data correlation is something like in which we fetch the values from the server and use it in our subsequent request. So this can be used in two type of concepts. One is session ID and second is like a scenario which I am just giving you.